Well, Travels with Dottie here, and I'm doing something I've never done before. I am shooting two completely different videos at the same time. Let me explain. So the main objective was I'm releasing a video that you may have already seen. I'm not sure when this is going to be released, on the costs of going to Quartzsite for the winter season, and specifically what my costs are going to be. That's at the end of that video. But what I decided to do was, instead of just sitting in front of the camera outside the RV or in the RV or something, I thought I would do this trip that I'm going on, where I'm taking a very scenic drive to Red River, New Mexico from here. It's about 12 miles away. It goes through a gorgeous Bobcat Pass up to almost 10,000 feet. It's stunningly beautiful. So I have a camera on the hood now capturing that high definition drive. The audio is on the outside, so the camera's not hearing what I'm saying on the inside here. But I did record the content for that video, the verbal content, in the trailer. And I'm just gonna, I recorded that. I'm gonna remove the background, and it'll just have a little talking head in the corner of the video so people can listen to me and at the same time watch a beautiful view. All right, so in this video, you're not gonna see much of the view. You see a little bit out the side here. And those of you who want to know, Dottie is with me. She's in her elevated bed next to me here. And so I decided, well, I'll just use my phone and I'll do a whole nother video. And here's the catch. I have no idea what this video is going to be about. Not a clue. So we'll just see as we're going through here. So the date today is the 7th. It's Sunday, the 7th of September. And I'm going back to home. I'm going back home in a week from today. I'm hitting the road, 5 or 6, maybe 7 hours drive time back to Artesia. I'll be back in my home until I go to Quartzsite on December 1st. I'll leave, the November 30th, because I'm not going to do a straight through drive from Artesia to Quartzsite. That's too far. I'll stay one night somewhere, and then I'll arrive in Quartzsite on December 1st. And for the first time ever, I'm going to be staying in an RV park. And I've mentioned this a few times, and boy, the quality of this video is looking pretty terrible. I wonder if it's because of my screen protector. I don't know. Or the sun. Maybe the sun's hitting the screen. Hopefully this will be okay. And hopefully the audio will be okay, because I'm not using any kind of microphone. I'm just recording off of the phone's microphone. See how it's an iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I do believe I'm going to buy the 17 Pro Max, because it's got a mechanical telephoto, and just I usually buy a new iPhone every other year. So when I've mentioned a few times, hey, I'm going to stay in an RV park, people that know me know, hey, you've been boondocking for years up there. Why? It's light on the screen, I think. Not okay. It's going to be okay. Why did you decide this year to go to an RV park? Well, a couple of reasons. One is that, 3 years of doing videos from kind of the same location out in the desert can get a little, for long-term viewers, that can get a little old. And doing, talking about the same routines that are part of boondocking, I just wanted to change it up for 1 year. And staying in town with full hookups, I think, is going to be, on many levels, a completely different experience. Certainly more expensive, right? you know, I'm not really paying for electricity out in when I'm boondocking. I'm using my solar, and I'm still going to use solar in the RV park because I'm just going to use the RV electric to supplement my solar. So that'll be a little bit of an experiment to see how low I can get that electric bill in the RV park. But it would be a real pleasure to be, if I want to, I can take a shower every day. That's amazing. That's a real luxury, being able to take a shower every day. Plus, being in town all the time, I think I don't know exactly what the differences are going to be. I just know that it's going to be very different. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I think it'll be a little different content for people, and it'll be something good for people that want to go to Quartzsite, don't want to boondock, and they want to stay in an RV park. I'll be able to show them for a whole season what that's really like. So that's the primary mission there, and just the convenience. And it is, by the way, even though I'll give you preview the costs. I think it ends up being my net cost of everything going to Quartzsite, including travel and any expenses that I would have in Quartzsite that I wouldn't have anywhere else. It comes out to, I think it was $457 a month for 3 months, which is, it's substantially more than what it cost me staying in Eagle Nest, and way more than it costs staying at home in Artesia. And the travel, I estimated, I think, like $270 or something. And so everything added together, divided by three months I'm going to be there, was like $457 a month, including the travel. There are things like laundry. It doesn't matter whether I'm doing it in Quartzsite or Artesia, I still go to a laundromat. I got people racing past me like I'm standing still because I'm doing well below the speed limit. I'm doing 58 instead of 60. Okay, go, don't pass me now, buddy. That's a bad idea. Okay, you can pass me now. People drive fast in New Mexico, and now that I'm a New Mexican, I'm one of them. I'm a New Mexican. But I don't drive fast. But a lot of people with New Mexico plates fly down these highways. So that's the problem doing a video while you're driving. It's easily my attention is got to be on the road, obviously. And so I get easily distracted from what I'm saying, because the priority is I got to pay attention to the road. One of the places that I'm going to pass here is sort of the pseudo ghost town of Elizabethtown, which was the population center here in the late 1800s because of the gold rush in the area. And when the gold rush died, so did Elizabethtown. And all that's left of it is a cemetery that's actually still active. People still use it, bury their loved ones there, up on a hill. It's beautiful. And the some stone walls from a hotel that was there are still standing. But other than that, there's nothing else to see there. But it's only 2 or 3 miles on this road from Eagle Nest. And if you're here and you want to go, you just put Elizabethtown in Google. It'll take you there. Just be careful when you go in there that you stay off private property. Don't go up by anybody's driveway. Be careful. Mind the signs. Otherwise, the roads there are open to the public, and you'll be fine. So where was I? I was talking about Quartzsite and staying in an RV park, And the one I'm staying at is it's a few blocks behind the library, so it's far enough out of town, so it's really quiet. My friends Charlie and Diane from Kansas stayed there last year, and I went to visit them multiple times there and really liked it. And I liked the people there, so, and I'm like, and you're saying, oh my gosh, you're saying where you're going to be staying? Quartzsite's a small town. I could try to keep it a secret what RV park I'm in, and it would last about 10 minutes. So all I ask of you is, please don't come to my RV site and knock on my door. Please don't do that. I'm in town. I'll be in town around. You know what my truck. You'll figure out what my truck looks like from my videos. You'll recognize me, and you'll see me. And you'll see me around town. And I love it when people stop and talk to me and get to know me. And I have at least one meetup in the town park. Informal meetup with people. I meet people there at the dog park at least once, maybe twice this year. I don't know. Very informal. But I'm on Zoom meetings often, and I take naps. I'm 65 years old. I take naps, and actually the only time people know where I'm staying in Eagle Nest, because you can't miss it going down the main street. You see my trailer, my bike, my truck. Only one time has someone come and knocked on my door, and that was just a few days ago, and he woke me up. I was in the recliner having a wonderful nap, and he woke me up. And he said, well, I didn't know how else to... It was okay. Very nice guy. I'm not complaining. I'm just surprised only one person did it. But I can tell you, I would never do it. I wouldn't do it to a friend of mine. I would send a message first. It's one of the nomad sort of unwritten rules that when you're camping, you don't go and knock on another nomad's door. And I think it boils down to what that means for a nomad is the knock is a thing that means like law enforcement or rangers knocking on your door saying you can't camp here, or you've done something wrong, or that's what the knock is. So people don't like knocks. So like in Quartzsite, if people are generally, nomads are open to visitors, they'll have like a door open and like the screen door closed, which means you can approach the camp and kind of call, hey, Sally, are you there? And if they don't answer, I go about my business. But more properly, I'll send Sally a text message and say, Sally, is it okay if I come by? Sure, come on by, or now's not a good time. I never unannounced go up to even people I know, much less, I'm a fanboy of like Nomadic Fanatic and other YouTubers. I would never, without permission, walk, like I know where Nomadic Fanatic camped real near me all year. I would not, without asking his permission, I would not walk into his camp and knock on his door. Not in a million years would I do that. And I kind of know him. He knows who I am. And especially a YouTuber that I haven't met. I'd love to meet Camper Van Kevin. I've never met him. And if I knew where he was camping, I would never in a million years knock on his door or approach his camp. It's just, I wouldn't do it. It's not okay. And I get what it's like to really watch someone's videos and really feel like you know them, like you know a friend. It's really hard to resist falling into that sensation. I tell you where I get it big is Matt's Off-Road Recovery. I gotta say, it's not even an RV channel. It's a guy that bought a towing business and it morphed into doing recoveries in the desert in Utah. He's out of Hurricane, Utah. And it's as much about the recoveries, but the thing that really attracts me is his employees and his sons and his wife are all in this business. And I'm enamored, every single one of them. And the employees, his sons, his wife, him, and I've watched every single one of his videos. Every single one. I never missed one. And if I saw him, I would feel like, that's Matt, that's my best friend. He doesn't know me from Adam. He doesn't know who I am. He doesn't care who I am. I mean, I don't mean to be mean to say Matt, of course, cares about his viewers, but I'm just saying that the relationship that I have with Matt is a one-sided relationship, and there is no relationship coming the other way from him or his employees. It's really easy to watch somebody and feel like you really know them, which is a good thing. It means it's a great channel. The more I feel that, the better and more entertaining the channel is. And that's what I want to be for people too. And Matt and his team, they meet fans all the time. There are over 1 million subscribers. So the people that he rescues, most of them know who he is. And if you're in Hurricane, you can go to his business and go to the office, and they sell some merch there. And I'll tell you, here's my sense. I don't know this for sure, but I don't know if it's the same. Maddie is a woman that was working in the office there. And I got a sense of, you go in and she talks to you a little bit and gets a sense of whether you're okay or not. And then she will offer, if she thinks that you're okay, and I don't know this for sure, so don't blame me if I'm wrong, but this is just my guess. She will offer, depending on what's going on, to take you back to the shop and introduce you. Did I get to do that? Yes and no. Yes, she took me back to the shop, but they were out on a job. There was no one there. The dogs weren't even, they took the dogs with them. The dogs weren't even there, and Ed wasn't there. No one was there. But I got to see the inside of the shop, and she took some pictures of me, and it was thrilling. And I said to her, but generally they welcome guests all the time. And so I asked her, I said, how many, kind of fanboy or whatever fans come by? How often does it happen? People like me? She says, about 50 a day. What? 50 a day. 50 a day. It's amazing. But what a channel. So he and his family, and you see them they're at parades and they're at shows and stuff, and they're very gracious and opening and kind towards their viewers. So I don't mean to imply that, but I wouldn't go to Matt's house. If I knew where Matt's house was, I would not go there and knock on his door. Not in a million years. But I did see him. Oh, that's right. My buddy Daryl. You guys have been with me a long time. You know about my brother Daryl. He's not really my brother, but in here he's my brother. I met him in Hurricane that week, and we hit it off immediately. And I invited him to go with me to the national park there. I can't think of the name of the park. Forgive me. I want to say Arcadia, but that's in Maine. It may come to me by the end of the video, but it's a very famous national park, very close to Hurricane. So we're on our way there, and as we're passing the gas station, I see Matt's truck. There's two trucks. There's the Morvare and the Banana, and they're bright yellow and they're marked and everything. And they're on their way to a job. They're coming out of a gas station, and I think Daryl was in the passenger seat filming me when that happened, and I was so excited. And I got a glimpse of Matt. He was in the driver's seat, so I got to see him, but there wasn't the opportunity to talk to him. Zion National Park. And I was hoping maybe he's going to Zion. He wasn't going to Zion, but he was behind us for a while. That was thrilling. But like I said, like when I'm in Eagle Nest, I work in the museum on Saturdays, and anyone is welcome to come by and spend time hanging out with me and Dottie at the museum. And if you can tolerate me having to deal with other people that come into the museum. But there's been more than one instance where people have come in and sat down and talked for over an hour with Dottie and I in the museum. So don't get the idea that I don't want contact with y'all. I do. I love it. I just unannounced where I'm staying. Unless you're an actress named Nev Campbell. Nev, if you're listening, you can come by anytime you want. That's my celebrity crush, is Nev Campbell. I know very little about the real woman, Nev Campbell. It's just a movie star thing. So, anyway, everyone else, and the guy that came by said, I don't know how to contact you. Well, there's an email address on my channel. You can contact me in the comments, or you can send me an email. I will say some people go a little bit overboard on the emails. Like, they'll get an email and it'll be like 5 paragraphs and 8 questions, and I'll do my best to answer it. And lo and behold, I'll get another 4 or 5 paragraph response with more questions. I'm like, I love that you're listening, but I get a lot of emails, so it's hard. I don't want to not respond. I was using a generic sort of auto response that I could paste in, and that didn't seem very nice, so I haven't done that in a while. And I have gotten better about actually taking the time to actually answer comments instead of just liking and loving. You know, hit the like, hit the love. I've always read every comment. I just haven't responded to every, and right now I'm probably at the 90% mark on responding to comments with a comment. And there's some that I don't, and some that there's some comments where I'm not really sure what to say. I can't think of an example of that right off the top of my head, but there's just some cases. And you've been with me on the whole trip now, because we're pulling into this beautiful little town, Red River, and I'm going to the market. It's called Dare Market. We're going to do some shopping, right, Dottie? Some grocery shopping. Getting a little low on food. Is there an air pump there? I think there is an air pump. Is that an air pump? Ooh, I could use an air pump for sure. That is an air pump. Well, anyway, I think that's going to do it. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I don't know how to write a description or do a title or a thumbnail. I'll figure that out, because I don't know what this video is about. I'll figure it out. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.